Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Joe Top Hat. Here's a bit of Peanuts trivia most fans don't know about. Today is Schroeder's birthday. January 18th was first established as his birthday in this strip from 1954. So, to honor this occasion, and to honor a request, I shall dedicate this entire video to this Beethoven fanboy. Let's begin. Schroeder made his debut on May 30th, 1951. Have you met Schroeder yet, Charlie Brown? Schroeder? Who's he? He lives next door. Come on, I'll introduce you. Here he is. Say something to him. I don't know what to say. I always feel so uncomfortable near children. Why don't you just say hi? Believe it or not, Schroeder was originally introduced as a baby. Schultz realized early on that there wasn't much he could do with a baby. So he did what many sitcoms have done after introducing a baby. Aged them as quickly as possible without aging the other characters. Although he would eventually become the same age as Charlie Brown, he was still a little younger than him during his first 3 years of existence. Schroeder is an unusual name. I know it isn't as strange as, say, 5, but how many people do you know whose name is Schroeder? Schultz explained the origin of the name in his book Peanuts Jubilee, where he says, Schroeder was named after a young boy with whom I used to caddy at Highland Park Golf Course in St. Paul. I don't recall ever knowing his first name. But Schroeder seemed right for the character in the strip, even before he became the great musician he now is. Kinda makes you wonder, did the real Schroeder ever know that his fellow caddy was Charles Schultz? Here's another good question. If Schroeder was the last name of that boy Schultz knew, does that mean that's the character's last name? It's not unusual for some characters to go by their last names, Cartman from South Park and Boomhauer from King of the Hill being best known examples of this. Fans have been debating this question for years, and it will probably go on regardless of what I have to say. But I don't think Schroeder is his last name. Simply because in his first appearance Patty refers to him as Schroeder. And why would she call a baby by his last name? As for Schroeder's talent for playing the piano, Schultz was inspired by a toy piano he had bought for his oldest daughter Meredith. He thought it would be funny if one of the kids was able to play it like a master pianist. Since Schroeder at the time was the newest character, Schultz decided to make him the resident musician. That's just what he did on September 24th, 1951. See how easy it is, Schroeder? The piano is a beautiful instrument if played properly. Now let's hear you play, huh, Schroeder? Don't feel bad, Charlie Brown. He probably had been taking private lessons. Schroeder's love of classical music is based off of Schultz's own love of the genre. Even though jazz is often associated with Peanuts, Schultz always loved classical music. His favorite composer was, we know, Beethoven. Wrong. It was Brahms. Huh? That's right. Brahms was Schultz's all-time favorite composer. For those of you wondering why he made Schroeder a Beethoven fanboy, it was because he simply thought the name was funnier. Although he did reference Brahms in this early strip, Schroeder's love of Beethoven was first mentioned on October 10th, 1951. Now, on the very next day, What are you men reading? Fairy tales? Schroeder's not interested in fairy tales. This is the life of Beethoven. Peanuts isn't the first time Schultz used Beethoven. In his short-lived strip Little Folks, he made 2 references to the famous composer. But this little boy dreaded the day he had to meet Beethoven. I guess he's a bad musician. Schroeder is so obsessed with Beethoven that he celebrates his birthday like a national holiday. The strip made December 16th as his official birthday, although some historians believe Beethoven was actually born on the 15th. It's always a pain when historians can't agree on certain details. After Linus, Schroeder is Charlie Brown's closest friend. He is often the first to defend the round-headed kid. The best examples being Charlie Brown All-Stars, where he yells at the girls for the way they treated Charlie Brown, and Be My Valentine Charlie Brown, where he yelled at Violet for giving Charlie Brown a used Valentine the day after. Although Charlie Brown ultimately accepted the Valentine, it showed that Schroeder thinks of his feelings. Even on the baseball team, where Schroeder is catcher, he shows a lot more respect to Charlie Brown than the others do. Now for the part I'm sure all of you have been waiting for. Schroeder's relationship, or lack of one, with Lucy. It was first mentioned on January 27, 1953. What is that you're playing, Schroeder? This is the Waltz of Flowers, Lucy. It's from the Nutcracker Suite. Sweet? You called me sweet? I've never been so happy in all my life. In a way, I feel kind of bad for Lucy. She doesn't know it yet, but this pretty much sets the tone of their relationship for the rest of the strip. Outside of Charlie Brown's love for the little red-haired girl, and Sally's love for Linus, Lucy's love for Schroeder is the most famous unrequited love in Peanuts. She's always leaning on his piano, talking about the 2 of them getting married one day. Schroeder never seems interested in marriage, partially because Beethoven never got married, and partially because he can't stand Lucy. In fact, whenever Lucy wants to dance with Schroeder, he usually replies, "Musicians don't dance," though that didn't stop him from being an escort to one of the princesses and It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown and Sally often feel frustrated by their unrequited love for the little red-haired girl and Linus, but Lucy can get downright violent over her unrequited love for Schroeder. In You're in Love, Charlie Brown, she took her frustration out on Charlie Brown, even though she was supposed to be a psychiatrist. Lucy also mentions that her Aunt Marion was right. Never discuss marriage with a musician. Aunt Marion must have been rejected by a musician to give that kind of advice. Lucy also took her anger out on Schroeder's piano. She's thrown it up a kiting tree, thrown it down the sewer, kicked it, and she broke the bust of Beethoven and his piano many times. I'm no expert on love, but I don't think breaking his piano would make him love you, Lucy. Though sometimes I wonder if Schroeder doesn't secretly love Lucy. In the special Is This Goodbye, Charlie Brown, Linus and Lucy move away. Schroeder is pretty broken up about it. He finds it hard to play the piano because he misses Lucy. He once blushed when she told him he has pretty eyes. Then there's this strip from December 14th, 1975. Psst, pretty girl, you want to know something? I think you're kind of cute. You really fascinate me. I've always been fascinated by you. I love your hair, and your eyes, and the way you talk. I guess I love everything about you, sweet baby. Ha! I knew you weren't asleep. Rats. Either Schroeder was being a smart aleck, or he really did meant the things he said, but only belatedly realized she wasn't asleep and tried to cover it up. Kinda like how Mike from Stranger Things tried to pretend that he meant to say pretty good after telling Eleven she looked pretty. Then there's this strip from 1984. Surprise! What's this? It's a cupcake. Happy Beethoven's birthday. You remembered! I can't believe it! That's amazing! Ah! Dog lips! I've been kissed by dog lips! No! Wait! Wait, Lucy! Wait! What's wrong with dog lips? If you only knew, Lucy. Schroeder has appeared in many animated adaptations. Among my favorite Schroeder moments are when he played the grand piano in A Boy Named Charlie Brown, serving as host of Snoopy's bachelor party and Snoopy's Getting Married Charlie Brown, his embarrassment over Lucy proclaiming she'll marry him one day in It's Flash Beagle Charlie Brown, and seeing him keep a piano in his desk in the Peanuts movie. I don't know why, but I find it pretty funny. His biggest role was in the special, Play It Again Charlie Brown. The story revolves around Lucy arranging for him to play the piano for the PTA, only to find out they want him to play rock music. I don't want to say too much because it might be a special I'll review later down the road. Thanks for watching. Let me know if there are any Peanuts characters you wish me to talk about in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.